Harold Anderson adjusted his tie one last time as he walked toward the stage. 3,000 people were waiting for him. "Mr. Anderson!" A woman ran over to him, shouting. She was decked out in her black security uniform and was struggling to catch her breath. "Don't go out there," she said, sounding a bit annoyed. "There's something in the microphone system. Your life is in danger." "Hey everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to tell you an incredible story of love and revenge set in the technology world that is the heart of Seattle. A CEO's life is totally changed when he's saved by a mysterious woman and he finds himself in some pretty unexpected danger. This story isn't just about romance. There are major corporate conspiracies, international crime organizations, dark secrets from the past, and most importantly, the story of a 7-year-old girl who charms everyone with her innocence. You'll see how close friends can turn out to be your worst enemies, how true love can be born in the most challenging circumstances, and how a family can be formed in unexpected ways. Get ready for new shocks, unexpected twists, and heartwarming moments in every chapter. Before we get started, could you please write in the comments where you're tuning in from? I'm really curious to see how many different countries we have together, and don't forget to rate the story from 1 to 10 at the end. So, let's dive in. Harold Anderson adjusted his tie one last time as he walked toward the stage. 3,000 people were waiting for him. "Mr. Anderson!" A woman ran over to him, shouting. She was decked out in her black security uniform and was struggling to catch her breath. "Don't go out there," she said, sounding a bit annoyed. "There's something in the microphone system. Your life is in danger." Harold stopped moving. "What? Who are you?" "We don't have time to explain. Let me show you. Now." Harold was surprised by how urgent the woman's eyes looked. "This is ridiculous. I'm going to give my speech. If you go near that mic, you're dead," the woman said, putting her hand on his arm. "Please trust me." Harold gave the woman the eye, not sure what to make of her. She was a stranger, but she sounded determined. "Lisa," he called to his assistant. "We're postponing the speech." The woman pulled him from backstage toward the exit. "Where's your car?" "Hey, in the parking lot, but who are you?" At that moment, there was a loud explosion near the stage. There were screams coming from the hall, and people started running toward the doors in panic. "My God," Harold said, his face going completely white. "There really was a bomb." "Yeah, and there might be more." "Your keys." Harold handed over the keys, his hands shaking as he did so. The woman rushed him to the parking lot. "I drive my own car," Harold said. "Nah, I'm driving. You could be a target." They got into the BMW. As soon as the woman got behind the wheel, she started the engine and stepped on the gas. "Now I want an explanation," Harold said out of breath. "Who are you? How'd you hear about this?" "My name's Stella Brooks. I'm a security expert." "From which company?" Stella checked the rear through the mirrors. "Private sector. And Mr. Anderson, what you just experienced is only the beginning. Your life is in serious danger." Harold wasn't satisfied with this answer. "Why should I believe you? Maybe you're. If I wanted to kidnap you, I would have done it when the place was in chaos after the bomb went off. Right now, I'm taking you to a safe place." "What safe place?" "You'll see." Harold was all over the place. Just a few minutes ago, he was gearing up to give a speech at Seattle's biggest tech summit. Harold Anderson was the CEO of Kane Technologies. He was 36 years old and one of the city's most well-known billionaire businessmen. Nothing out of the ordinary happened that morning. Now he was someone whose life was in danger, who had barely escaped a bomb attack, and who was being taken to safety in a stranger's car. "Who was that bomb aimed at?" he asked. "You. How do you know that for sure?" Stella was holding the steering wheel really tight, driving carefully through traffic. "Because I was expecting this attack." "What do you mean you were expecting it?" "I've been checking out Mr. Anderson. And I knew someone wanted to kill you." Harold felt a chill run down his spine. "Who? Why?" "It's a complicated story. But first, we need to get to a safe place. They might be following us." Stella was on her way to the industrial area north of the city. Harold didn't recognize the surroundings. Where are we going? To the safe house I prepared. We can talk there. You all set? What does that mean? Stella shot him a sideways glance. It looks like we've got some serious talking to do, Mr. Anderson. Harold was dead set on finding out who this woman was, what she really wanted, and why his life had been turned upside down. But right now, he had no choice but to trust her. Stella Brooks had been right. There was actually a bomb in the microphone. If he hadn't listened to her, he'd be dead right now. Okay, Stella Brooks, Harold said, taking a deep breath. Hey, I'm listening. But I want to know everything. You'll learn everything, Mr. Anderson. I promise. Stella stopped the BMW in front of an old warehouse. Harold took a look around. There were some run-down buildings and quiet streets with no one around. Is this your safe place? He asked, sounding a bit suspicious. Appearances can be deceiving. Stella put in a special code into the metal door. The door opened without making a sound. Harold was surprised by how different the inside was from what he expected. It had a modern security system, clean furniture, and advanced technology equipment. Impressive, Harold said, looking around. Now it's time for some explanations. Who you are and why you. Hey, the phone's ringing, Stella said, hearing the sound from his pocket. Harold glanced at the phone. David Morrison. My business partner. Don't answer it. Why? Because right now you shouldn't trust anyone. Especially the ones close to you. Harold wasn't having it. David and I go way back. We started Kane Technologies together. The phone stopped, then started ringing again. Do you see? He's really worried. This isn't normal. Do you think David is trying to kill me? Harold laughed. This is ridiculous. Stella guided him to the couch. Mr. Anderson, I've got some news that's not going to make you happy. But you need to listen. Go for it. First, know this. I'm not your enemy. I'm actually trying to protect you. Why? Stella took a second to think. For personal reasons. That's not a sufficient answer. It's good enough for now. What's really important is that there are some major problems in your company. Harold stood up. If there's an issue with Kane Technologies, I'd definitely be aware of it. Really? So, what do you know about the government surveillance project? Harold's face changed. I don't really get what you're saying. Your company is giving special access to a Chinese firm called Dragon Tech. They're installing backdoors in your cloud storage systems. They're giving secret access to customer data. There's no way. I wouldn't approve such a project. You didn't approve it. Someone else did. Who? The phone rang again. David Morrison's name was on the screen. There's your answer, Stella said. Harold shook his head. David would never do something like that. I know him. We think we know people. But sometimes we're very wrong. Harold tried to answer the phone, but Stella held his hand. Please. Just listen for now. The touch surprised Harold. Stella's hand was warm and determined. 3 years ago, a woman was looking into these issues, Stella said. Regarding the projects in your company. Her name was Sarah Brooks. I remember Sarah. She was a software security expert. She died in a car accident. Not an accident. She was murdered. Harold jumped to his feet. That's a pretty serious accusation. Yeah, I know. And I have evidence. Stella opened the laptop on the table. The screen showed documents, emails, and financial records. Sarah was killed while collecting this info. Because she was about to expose the truth. Harold took a look at the document. He saw some familiar signatures and company files, but also projects he hadn't seen before. Where did these files come from? From where Sarah left off. Did you know Sarah? Stella looked away. Yes. How? We can wait on that for now. The real issue is this. Today's attack came from the same people who killed Sarah. The phone rang for the third time. This time, Harold decided to answer. David? Yeah, I'm doing well. I wasn't affected by the explosion. Yes, I'm safe. No, I didn't go to the hospital. Okay, we'll talk later. He ended the call. Do you see? He's really worried. Or he's trying to find out where you are. Harold looked at Stella, confused. If what you're saying is true, why are you helping me? You're taking risks for me. Because justice must be served. Is it that simple? No, but I'm good for now. I just need to know this much. Harold went to the window. It was starting to get dark outside. So what are we going to do now? You'll be staying here tonight. I'll show you more evidence tomorrow. My family will worry. Your family? Are you married? Nah, I'm talking about my mom, Elena. She lives alone. Tell her you're safe. But don't tell her where you are. Harold was trying to get used to this weird situation. A few hours ago, he was just working like usual. Now he was learning that his life was in danger, that secret projects were being conducted in his company, and that he couldn't trust his closest friend. Stella, one last thing. If you really have Sarah's files, why don't you go to the police? Stella looked a little uncomfortable. I don't trust the police. They might be involved in this too. How'd you learn so much? Because I used to be a cop too. Do you think Stella's intentions with Harold are genuine, or is she up to something else? Share your thoughts in the comments. See if your guess is right at the end of the story. At midnight, Harold was wide awake and watching from the safe house window. Stella was making coffee in the kitchen. Can't sleep? She asked, bringing coffee. Do you think you'd be able to sleep if you were in my situation? My whole life was turned upside down in a few hours. Stella was sitting next to him. I get it. When you first encounter this kind of situation, it's shocking. For the first time? Have you experienced anything like that before? I was with the Seattle Police Department for 7 years. He's on the Special Crimes Unit. I was a cybercrime and corporate security specialist. Harold looked at her closely. Why did you quit? Stella took a sip of her coffee. My superiors pressured me. I was asked to drop a case I was investigating. Sarah Brooks's case? Yes. So, what's your next step? Freelance security consulting? Actually, I've been working on just one case for the past year. Sarah's case. Harold stood up. Are you trying to get even? I'm pursuing justice. Did you know Sarah? Stella looked away. Yeah, I knew her. How? This is a complicated matter. For now, just know that I want to ensure justice. Harold was a bit suspicious of this, but he changed the subject to avoid pressing. What about family? Doesn't your family worry while you're doing this dangerous work? I don't have any family. She paused. Just my niece, Emma. She's 7 years old. Harold sounded a little more relaxed. Where does she live? Let's go with me. We've got a small apartment in Capitol Hill. Doesn't she have family? Stella looked a bit upset. Her mom passed away. Emma's dad was never really around. I'm sorry. Are you close with Emma? Stella's face softened. She's my everything. I quit the police to protect her. But at the same time, I have to solve this injustice. Finding the right balance is tricky. Yeah, I sometimes think I should spend more time with Emma. But then I saw Sarah's photo and... Sarah's photo? Why do you have her photo? Stella got back on her feet quickly. It's in the files related to Sarah's case. She deserves justice. At that moment, Harold's phone rang. David Morrison was on the phone again. Let's do this. Why would he be calling at midnight? Answer it, Stella said. Just be careful. Harold answered. David? What's going on at midnight? Harold, what's up? Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you for ages. The police are asking questions. What questions? Whether the attack was planned for you. Whether you have enemies. What did the police say? Nothing definite yet. Hey Harold, what's up? I find your voice strange. Stella signaled that we should keep it short. I'm just tired, David. We'll talk tomorrow. Harold, wait a second. A few security companies reached out. They want to offer protection services. Stella stood up, ready to go. Which firms? Elite Security, Guardian Protection, a few more. I'm checking to see if they're reliable. Okay. We'll talk about it tomorrow. He ended the call. Stella immediately turned to her laptop. He's checking out Elite Security and Guardian Protection. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? If he's innocent, it's normal because he's worried about his friend. If he's guilty, he's trying to find out which security firm is protecting you. How will we know? With patience. Harold watched Stella work on the computer. Her focused facial expression, determined finger movements, and professional posture. This woman was really impressive. Stella. Yes. Did Sarah leave you a final message? Stella pulled her hands away from the keyboard. She had. There was an important flash drive. What was on it? I haven't quite figured it out yet. But there were notes about protecting Harold Anderson. Me? Why? Because she knew you were also a target. She wanted to prove that you were innocent. So Sarah was trying to protect me. Yeah, and now I'm doing the same thing. There was definitely a spark between them. Harold could feel it. Stella's blue eyes, her determined posture, the devotion she showed for Emma. She was affecting him. Stella, I owe you so much. You don't owe anything yet. The job isn't finished. Still, thanks. Emma's lucky to have a protector like you. Stella smiled. This was the first real smile of the night. Emma would like you to. Do you think I'll get to meet her? If this gets resolved, then yes. When do you think it'll get sorted? Soon. Very soon. As the night went on, they both started talking less. But this growing closeness between them was making both of them uncomfortable. There was a lot at stake, and emotions could make things more complicated. I'll keep watch tonight, Stella said. No worries. I can't sleep anyway. Then let's keep watch together. When they sat down next to each other, Harold noticed Stella's perfume. It has a light floral scent. There were many more things he wanted to learn about this woman. The next morning, Stella decided to take Harold to her place in Capitol Hill. Why are we going there? Harold asked in the car. Because I can't leave Emma alone. And you need to be somewhere safe. They made it to the second floor of an old apartment building. When Stella opened the door, a little girl ran to greet them. Auntie. You're late, she said, giving her a hug. Emma was 7, with brown hair and big green eyes. The cutest kid ever. She was wearing tech-themed pajamas. I'm sorry, honey. I brought a friend of mine. This is Mr. Harold. Emma looked at Harold curiously. Hey, Mr. Harold. Do you also do security work like my auntie? Harold was surprised. No, I work at a computer company. Really? I love computers too. While Stella went to the kitchen, Harold checked out the area. It's a small but clean apartment. Old furniture, fixed electronics, Emma's toys all over the place. It was clear they weren't doing too well financially. Emma, can you whip up some breakfast? I'm going to talk with Mr. Harold. Okay. Mr. Harold, would you be able to lend a hand as well? Harold smiled. Sure. In the kitchen, Emma started chatting, charming Harold. I fixed this tablet, she said, holding up an old iPad. The screen was broken, but I fixed it by watching some YouTube videos. Impressive. How'd you learn that? From the internet. And from books. I get technology books from the library. Harold took a look at the tablet. It was a pretty amateur repair job, but it worked. What else can you do? I know simple coding. I make games in the Scratch program. I also have an old laptop that I fixed. Hey, you're a real little technician. Emma smiled proudly. Auntie says I was very curious. I used to take everything apart and put it back together. Stella jumped in while she was bringing coffee. Emma is very talented. But sometimes she gets too curious. Curiosity isn't a bad thing, Harold said. The best engineers were just curious kids. Emma got excited. So, are you an engineer? Sort of. I'm a company exec, but I've got an engineering background. So you know coding too? Yeah, I do. Can you teach me new things? Stella looked concerned. Emma, Mr. Harold's got work to do. No problem, Harold said. Emma, what kind of games do you make? Platform games. And puzzle games. I also made a cat game. About what it would be like if I had a cat. Don't you have a cat? Emma got a little down. Nah, Auntie says our apartment's too small. Harold looked at Stella. Their financial situation was really tough. Hey, where's that laptop? Can I see it? Emma got excited. Yes, I think I should bring it. Stella jumped in. Emma, that laptop is broken. Let's not bother Mr. Harold. But it was working yesterday, Auntie. Emma, please. It's breakfast time now. Harold saw that Stella was nervous, but he didn't want to upset Emma. Emma, let's have breakfast first. Then we'll take a look at the laptop. Emma agreed, but she was still curious. During breakfast, Emma wouldn't stop talking about technology. Harold could see that she was smart. Hey, Harold, is your company big? Quite big. How many computers do you have? A lot. When I grow up, I want to work at a company like that too. Auntie says that if I work hard, I can be anything. Harold looked at Emma. This child made him feel protective. Emma, you're a very smart girl. You can achieve anything you dream of. Really? Absolutely. But to do that, you've got to go to school regularly and put in the work. I love school, especially math and science classes. Stella was keeping an eye on the connection Harold was building with Emma. Harold really loved the child. Emma, you gotta take a shower, right? Stella said. But Mr. Harold hasn't looked at my laptop yet. Emma, Stella said in a more serious tone. Just do what I said. Emma reluctantly made her way to the bathroom. Harold immediately turned to Stella. Why is that laptop so important? Because it has special things in it. What kind of special things? Harold, please. Let's not talk about these things in front of Emma. Okay, but Emma is a great kid. She's very lucky to have an aunt like you. Stella's eyes welled up with tears. I'm the lucky one. Emma is the most beautiful gift of my life. Emma came out of the bathroom and ran over. Can we take a look at the laptop now? Stella panicked. Emma, Mr. Harold has to go. Why? She just got it. Harold crouched down to Emma. Emma, I'll be back again soon. We'll take a look at your laptop then. Promise? I promise. Emma gave him a tight hug. You're a very good person, Mr. Harold. I love you. Harold felt like a kid in a candy store. I love you too, Emma. As they were on their way out, Emma called after them. Mr. Harold, when you come, can you teach me how to make new games? Absolutely. Harold turned to Stella outside. Emma is such a unique kid. Yeah, I'll do whatever I can to protect her. That laptop is about Sarah Brooks, right? Stella hesitated. Yeah, but Emma doesn't know that. What's on it? These are some very important documents, but Emma just plays games on it. Harold finally understood why Stella was so protective. Emma was the most precious thing in her life. When they got back to the safe house, Stella immediately spread Sarah's files on the table. Harold was seeing this many documents for the first time. Are all of these Sarah's? Yeah, all the evidence she collected before she was killed 3 years ago. Harold took one of the documents. It was an email with Kane Technologies letterhead. David Morrison sent it to a company called Dragon Tech Limited. What is this? Dragon Tech is a Chinese technology company. Sarah had found out they made a secret deal with Kane Technologies. What kind of deal? Stella showed another document. Backdoor access to customer data. There are hidden passages in your cloud storage systems. Harold's face went white. There's no way. I didn't give the green light to that project. Because you didn't approve it. David Morrison signed it on his own. Harold read the document carefully. David's signature was real, but Harold hadn't seen the project details. When was this signed? 3 years ago. Sarah was killed the day she found these documents. Harold sat down at the table. Why would David have done this? For money. Dragon Tech paid out a lot. Stella opened the laptop and showed bank account statement. There were millions of dollars in secret accounts opened under David Morrison's name. My God, Harold gasped. My closest friend betrayed me like this. At that moment, Stella's phone rang. Nobody knows this number, she said, kinda suspiciously. Samuel Parker, the voice on the other end said. Your old boss. We need to talk urgently. Stella relaxed. Sam, how'd you find me? I've got friends in the police. I heard there was an explosion in Seattle, and you were seen with Harold Anderson. Sam, we're in a really dangerous situation. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm coming. I'll be there in an hour. Harold looked curiously. Who's this Samuel Parker guy? My old boss. We work together at the Seattle Police Department. We can trust him. So, what's he up to these days? He started a private security company. But he's still in touch with some former cops. Harold looked at the documents again. Hey Stella, just wondering if the Dragon Tech project is still in the works. Sarah's notes say yes. And it's constantly growing. So, our customers' data is being accessed right now? Absolutely. Harold reached for his phone. I should call David and demand an explanation. No. Stella held his hand. We're not quite ready yet. If David starts to suspect something, we'll put Emma in danger too. Harold admitted she was right. So, what's our plan? First, we'll gather all the evidence. Then we'll take action. Stella pulled out some other files. Harold was learning a lot of secrets about his company. He asked who Adam Chen was when he saw a name. Dragon Tech's Seattle rep. He has regular meetings with David. I've never even heard of him. Because these meetings are secret. Outside the company building, in private locations. Harold found a photo. David Morrison was hanging with an Asian guy in a fancy restaurant. Is this Adam Chen? Yeah, Sarah took this photo. Did Sarah follow them? Yeah, she got some really valuable info. The door knocked. Stella was careful as she approached. Samuel Parker. When she opened the door, a guy in his 40s with a strong build came in. It was clear right away that Samuel was a seasoned cop. Stella, he said, giving her a hug. I missed you. Same here, Sam. This is Harold Anderson. Samuel shook hands with Harold. Mr. Anderson, you're in some serious trouble. What do you mean? David Morrison submitted his application to the FBI this morning. He reported you as missing. Stella was surprised. What? Worse yet, he said that your attackers might have kidnapped you. Harold got mad. What does this mean? He's basically saying you were kidnapped. He wants to make Stella look like the kidnapper. Very clever, Stella said. If we get caught, I'll be the kidnapper, not the person who rescued Harold. Samuel took a look at the document. Are these documents real? All real. Sarah Brooks collected them over 3 years. Sarah Brooks. I remember that name. The woman who died in the car accident. It wasn't an accident, Sam. It was murder. Samuel's face got all serious. You sure about that? 100%. Do you have proof? Stella opened another file. Sarah got some threats before she died. She recorded them all. She played the audio recordings. A woman's voice said, "Don't get mixed up in this business, Sarah, or you'll get in trouble." That voice sounds familiar, Harold said. David Morrison's assistant. Jennifer Walsh. Jennifer? She's such a sweet woman. Sweet but a killer. She's the one who threatened Sarah. Samuel was looking over the document. This evidence is enough. But we need more. What? A live witness. Or a confession recording. Stella thought. Do you think we could get David to talk? Difficult. But we can try. Harold stood up. I'll talk to him. He's a good friend of mine. Maybe he'll confess. Too dangerous, Stella said. We have to take risk. Just to keep Emma safe. Samuel agreed. Harold's got a point. But we've got to do it somewhere where we can keep an eye on things. How? It'll be in the Kane Technologies building, in Harold's office. I'll make a secret recording. Stella was worried. What if David uses violence? I'll be around. And Harold will wear a wire. Harold was set on finding a solution. Let's do it. Let's end this business. So when? Tomorrow morning. I'll have David come to my office. Stella looked at Samuel. Are you ready? I'm ready. This Dragon Tech business is huge. We have to put an end to it. Harold took another look at the document. He was bummed that his company had been so corrupted. Stella, are you sure about Emma's safety? Sam will protect her. I'll be with you. I agree. So, here's the plan. Samuel's got Emma's back. I'll be with Harold. We'll have the conversation with David. And then, if David confesses, we'll turn him over to the police. If not, we'll have to take harsher measures. The next morning, Harold couldn't sleep from nervousness. Samuel had gone to the Capitol Hill apartment to protect Emma, while he and Stella were making final preparations at Pike Place Market. Why did we choose this place? Harold asked, listening to the fish vendors' voices. It's just because it's so crowded. If David is following us, we'll probably notice. And it's a public place, safe. Stella's hair was blowing in the morning wind. Harold was seeing her this relaxed for the first time. Stella, after we talk to David tonight, everything's going to change. I know. What if we fail? Stella stopped, turned to him. Harold, I've been waiting for this moment for 3 years. We won't fail. But what if David's plans are more ambitious? What if he tries to kill us? Then we'll fight. Harold moved closer to her. Stella, you're taking a big risk for Emma. This is my fight too, not just yours. This fight is necessary for Emma's future. Just for Emma? Stella looked away from him. Harold, let's not talk about feelings right now. Why? He asked. Maybe we won't be around tomorrow. Don't be so negative. Harold put his hand on her arm. Stella, ever since I met you, everything's been different. Harold, please. Just listen. Since you came into my life, I feel like I finally have a real purpose. It's not just about making money, it's about really fighting for something. Stella's eyes welled up with tears. You're different for me too. How different is it? For the first time, I really trust someone. For the first time, I'm starting to feel like I want to make plans with a guy for the future. Harold felt his heart beating faster. Stella. But Harold, we've got some major obstacles in our way. David, Emma's safety. We've got this. Together. Stella smiled. You're very optimistic. You're too pessimistic. They found a quiet corner to sit by the coffee stand. Harold was sitting pretty close to Stella. Stella, can I tell you something? Sure. I've never experienced real love. I've always had relationships that were all about work. But with you, it's a whole other ball game. Stella lowered her head. Harold, I'm also new to the whole love thing. I had to focus on Emma. Emma loves you very much. You're a wonderful mother to her. I'm not her mother. I'm just her aunt. But you love her like a real mother. Yeah, she's my everything. Harold touched her hand. Stella, I've grown to love Emma too. I want to be her protector. Stella was surprised. Really? Absolutely. You two could be my new family. Harold, isn't this too fast? Maybe. But life is short. And I love you, Stella. Stella's breath caught. Harold. Yeah, I know it's wild. We met a few days ago. But this feeling is so strong. Stella was crying. I love you too. They were both surprised by this confession. Harold moved closer to her. Really? Yeah, and it's pretty scary. Why? I'm afraid of losing. I've lost so much in my life. Harold took her face in his hands. You won't lose me. I promise. Can you keep this promise? I'll give it my all. The distance between them was closing. Harold moved closer to Stella's lips. Stella. Harold. They kissed. A soft, passionate, deep kiss. They both really wanted this moment. When the kiss ended, they were both breathless. Wow, said Stella. Definitely wow, Harold said with a smile. Stella rested her head on Harold's shoulder. That was beautiful. It was my most beautiful memory. Mine too. This romantic moment was interrupted by Harold's phone ringing. David, he said, looking at the screen. Don't answer, Stella said. But Harold answered. Hey David. Harold. Hey, what's your location? I've been looking for you everywhere. I went out to get some air. Alone? Harold paused. Yes. Weird. I think I saw you at Pike Place Market with a woman. Harold's blood froze. Stella had heard too. What's your point, David? Nothing. I might have been a bit confused. Hey, do you want to meet at the office tonight? We've got some pretty important stuff to talk about. Okay. What time? It's 6 o'clock. And Harold, be careful. There are dangerous people in Seattle. He ended the call. Stella panicked. He's watching us. We're being followed. Harold scanned the area. He couldn't see David in the crowd, but he could feel him. Let's get out of here. As they stood up, Stella felt bad. Harold, that kiss was a mistake. Why? Because now we're even more dangerous. Emotions complicate things. Stella, emotions make us stronger. Or they destroy us. They strolled through the crowd, hand in hand. Harold could feel Stella's regret. Stella, we did the right thing. The timing was off. Maybe. But the feeling was real. Real but dangerous. As they were leaving the market, Harold turned around one last time. He couldn't see David, but they definitely had tail on them. This is it, guys, Stella said. Yeah, and then our real life will start. If we survive. We will. Because now we have so much to lose. Stella looked at him. After they kissed, their connection got even stronger. But at the same time, the risk had increased. When they got back to the safe house, Stella immediately pulled out Sarah's flash drive. All the truths were hidden in this little device. I've been trying to crack the password for 3 years, she said, plugging it into the laptop. What kind of password? Sarah set up a very clever encryption system. But today, with the clues Emma gave, I can solve it. Harold was surprised. Emma? How? That old laptop Emma mentioned was actually Sarah's. Emma shared some info like birth dates and special numbers. Stella started trying out different password combinations. After 10 tries, the flash drive finally opened. We did it. There were hundreds of files on the screen. Harold was dazzled. How much info is this gonna be? Sarah recorded everything for 6 months. Every meeting, every document, every conversation. The first file had all the details about the Dragon Tech agreement. Harold was shocked by what he was reading. This is terrible. All customer data is being sent to China. Not just data. Personal photos, private documents, even banking information. How could David do this? Stella opened another file. It was just some emails between David Morrison and Adam Chern. Check out this email. David, don't tell Harold Anderson anything. He needs to stay in the dark about this project. Harold hit the table with his hand, all upset. So it was planned from the beginning. Yeah, and there are worse things out there. Stella opened the Dragon Tech project files. Inside were contracts Harold had never seen. Are these contracts fake? No. Real. But David signed them in your name. What do you mean? Your signature was forged. Check this out. Harold Anderson, the CEO, gave the green light to a 5-year data sharing deal with Dragon Tech Limited. Harold took a look at the fake signature. It's very similar. How did he imitate it so well? David's known you for years. He's seen your signature thousands of times. Stella kept going. Sarah had secret recordings. What are these audio recordings? Sarah secretly recorded meetings. They played the first recording. David Morrison's voice could be heard. Adam, if Harold starts to get suspicious, we might need to shut him up. Adam Chen's voice. What does silence mean? Kill him if you have to. Harold's blood froze. My closest friend was planning to kill me. There's worse. Stella opened another recording. This time, it was Jennifer Walsh's voice we heard. David, Sarah Brooks has learned too much. We need to stop her. David, how will we stop her? Jennifer, car accident is easiest. It won't raise suspicion. Stella was crying. Here's what happened with Sarah. It wasn't an accident, it was murder. Harold gave her a hug. I'm so sorry, Stella. I've had this on my mind for 3 years, but I just couldn't prove it. Now I do. The flash drive had even more shocking information. The documents that cleared Harold were also among them. Stella, what is this? Sarah wrote a report called Harold Anderson Innocence File. Sarah was working to prove your innocence. Harold read the report. Sarah had proof that Harold didn't know about the project and that David had on purpose kept him out of the loop. This is incredible. Why was Sarah trying to protect me? Because you're a good person. Sarah saw that too. But I didn't even know her. Stella paused. Sarah was keeping an eye on you from a distance. She was studying your character, your values. How? You can learn a lot by talking to employees and watching how they act. and she understood you were different from David. The last file on the flash drive really got to Harold. It was Sarah's personal notes. Harold Anderson is a real leader. He's a people person, and he's got strong ethics. If he finds out the truth, he'll do the right thing. He's reliable. Stella, this is really sweet. Sarah also has a final message. Stella opened the video file. Sarah Brooks came on screen, looking tired but determined. If you're watching this, chances are I'm not around to see it. Just so you know, I've got to tell Harold Anderson this. He's innocent. The real culprit here is David Morrison. And please. The video looked corrupted and the sound was muffled. Hey Stella, the video isn't opening all the way. Sarah's last words are MIA. But it's clear enough. Harold was trying to figure out what was going on. So, here's my revenge plan. It's totally different. It turns out you were a victim, not guilty. So what's next on the agenda? We'll get David to justice. But first, we've got to make sure Emma's safe. Stella picked up the phone. I should give Samuel a ring and let him know what's going on. Samuel's voice was worried. Hey Stella, Emma's doing okay, but there's something weird going on here. There are some shady guys hanging around the apartment. How much longer is she safe? Not long. David might have made his move. Stella ended the call and turned to Harold. We're out of time now. Tonight's David meeting has become even more important. Yeah, but now we're not just going to try to get a confession. We'll have him arrested. Harold took the flash drive. Is this enough proof? More than enough. It'll put David, Jennifer, and Adam Churn behind bars. What about the Dragon Tech project? It's going to be shut down. We'll get all your customer data. Harold was relieved. He was innocent, but he was also sad. His closest friend had betrayed him like this. Hey, Stella, do you think this evidence could have saved Sarah's life? If she could have taken it to the police in time, yes. I'm really sorry. Sarah must have been a great woman. She was a wonderful person. And now we'll get justice in her name. Harold looked at Stella. After we talk to David tonight, everything will be over. Yeah, and Sarah will finally find peace. While Harold was checking out the flash drive, he noticed something weird in Stella's behavior. The way she cried while watching Sarah's video, the pain in her voice. This wasn't just about justice. Stella, you really knew Sarah very closely, didn't you? Stella stopped moving. What do you mean? Emma's into tech, you're all over Sarah's death, and you know a thing or two about that flash drive. Harold, please. Let's talk about these topics now. And Emma's eyes. It's the same green color as Sarah's eyes in the video. Stella's hands were shaking. Harold stood up. Hey Stella, you're Sarah's sister, right? Silence. Stella lowered her head. Yes. Harold was taken aback. You've been deceiving me for 3 days. I'm not lying to you. The timing just wasn't right. Timing? You're Sarah's sister. Emma is your real niece. Yeah, Emma is my sister's daughter. Harold started pacing, clearly upset. How does this change things? Why didn't you tell me the truth? Because you would have thought I was seeking revenge. Aren't you? Stella stood up. No. I want justice. Same thing. No way. Revenge is personal, but justice is universal. Harold looked at her. What about everything in between us? The emotions, the kiss. Were these part of your plan too? Stella's eyes welled up with tears. Nah, Harold. Those emotions were real. How can I be sure? You've been deceiving me from the beginning. Because I love you. You deliberately targeted me. You thought I was your sister's killer. At first, yes, but then... And then what? You changed your plan when you found out I was innocent. Stella spoke through tears. Harold, please listen. Yeah, I thought you were guilty at first. But I realized I was wrong from the very first day. When you talked to Emma. That pure touch, real compassion. A killer couldn't act like that. Harold was still pretty upset. So why didn't you tell the truth? Because I was afraid. I was afraid that when you learned the truth, you would hate me. Now it's worse. You've lost my trust. Stella reached out her hands, desperate to catch something. Harold, I started to get revenge for Sarah, but after meeting you, everything changed. How'd it change? For the first time in my life, I felt real love. For the first time, I saw that Emma needed a father figure. For the first time, I started making future plans. Harold stopped. Is Emma in the dark about this? Absolutely. She just thinks I'm her aunt. So you're deceiving him too? No way. I couldn't tell him who his mother was because he's too young. He might get scared when he learns the truth. Harold put his head in his hands. This is too complicated, Stella. Yeah, I know. But Harold, listen to me. Sarah was working to prove your innocence. She knew you were a good person. What about you? When did you figure it out? From the first day. But I wanted to be sure. Harold turned to her. Do you know how I feel about Emma? Yeah, I know. You love her. Yeah, and she loves me too. But what should we do now? I know who she is, but she doesn't. Harold, please. We'll be fine. How'd you do that? You lied to me. You're lying to Emma too. Stella's voice cracked. I didn't tell Emma a lie. I just told her mom died. I didn't tell her who she was. But you told lies about me. Because I was scared, Harold. I've been raising Emma on my own for the last 3 years. For the first time, I saw someone who wanted to help us. Harold softened but was still angry. Stella, the trust between us has been shaken. I get it. But please, don't punish Emma. What do you mean? After tonight's meeting with David, you might decide to leave us. Emma's heart is going to be broken. Harold thought. He saw Emma's innocent face. When are you going to tell Emma the truth? When she grows up. When she's ready. What about us? What will happen to us? Stella looked hopefully. You decide, Harold. I love you. Emma loves you too. I'm sorry for deceiving you. Harold went to the window. Stella, I trusted you. You can still trust me. I'm not sure. At that moment, the phone rang. It was Samuel. Stella, we have an emergency. There was an attack attempt on Emma's apartment. What? David's men showed up. They tried to take Emma. I stopped it, but the situation has gotten serious. Harold jumped in right away. How's Emma doing? Scared but safe. But we can't stay here. Stella panicked. Take Emma somewhere else, Sam. Where? Harold decided. Bring her to my place. She'll be safe with my mother, Elena. Stella was surprised. Harold. Emma's safety is the top priority. The problems between us can wait. Thank you. But Stella, this conversation isn't over yet. After David's business is finished, we'll settle the accounts. I get it. And when the time comes, we'll tell Emma the truth. Together. Stella started to feel hopeful. Together. It's for Emma's benefit. But there's still some trust issue between us. Harold picked up the phone. Samuel, take Emma to my mom's place in Bellevue. I'll send you the address. Stella looked at him. Harold, you're a genuinely good person. I love Emma. She's innocent. But you disappointed me. I want to make up for this. First, let's wrap up David's business. Then we'll talk. They both knew how much this temporary separation would upset Emma. But now security was more important. So, is Stella in the wrong for misleading Harold, or was she just trying to defend herself? What would you do if you were in Stella's position? I'm waiting for the Stella and Harold supporters to chime in with their thoughts in the comment. Harold's phone rang. David Morrison sent us a message. Harold, things have changed a bit. Let's meet at my place instead of the company building. It's safer. Stella was immediately suspicious. This is a trap. Yeah, I know. But we have no other choice. Why did David give his home address? Harold read the message. A villa in Bellevue on the shore of Lake Washington. It's very isolated. Perfect trap location. No one can hear us. Samuel called at that moment. Stella, we've got a big problem. What happened? While I was taking Emma to Harold's mom, we were followed. David's men cut us off. Stella's blood froze. Where's Emma? Safe. But they kidnapped Elena Anderson. Harold grabbed the phone and spoke himself. Where's my mom? David's men took her. They said, if Harold comes, his mother will be free. Harold punched the wall. That bastard! Stella checked Sarah's files right away. Harold, listen to this voice recording. David Morrison's voice could be heard. We've solved the Sarah Brooks problem. I cut the car brakes myself. It was like a perfect accident. Harold was shocked. David personally killed Sarah. Yeah, and Jennifer Walsh just made the plan. The real killer is David. There was another recording. David was telling Adam Chun, Adam, Harold got too close. We'll handle him like Sarah. How? He'll be over at my place tonight. We'll take him out there and bury him in the nearby forest. Harold felt a bit sick to his stomach. My closest friend is planning to kill me. Not just you. Emma too. Stella opened another recording. David's voice. That child knows too much. We'll need to handle Emma Brooks as well. Harold lost it. If he touches that child, I'll kill him. Harold, chill out. We need intelligence, not anger. So, what's our plan? My mother is in David's hands. Stella thought. We'll go. But prepared. How? We'll make a plan with Samuel. David set a trap, but we'll set a bigger one. Harold called Samuel. Sam, where did they take Elena? To David's villa. I stashed Emma in a safe place. Now I'll help you. How? I'm not going to surround the villa area. When you go inside, I'll act too. Stella turned to Harold. This is very dangerous. David is deadly. Yeah, I know. But I have to do it for my mother. What about the problems between us? Harold looked at her. Stella, you tricked me. But for Emma and my mother, we've got to work together now. I agree. We'll settle the accounts after this is over. Accepted. While preparing, Harold tried to understand David's true character. Stella, how'd David change so much? I've known him since we were kids. Money and power change people. Dragon Tech offered a lot of money. But our friendship? For David, friendship was never real. You just became someone to be used. This really hurt Harold. In the evening, they head over to David's place. The villa was a remote spot on the shore of Lake Washington, with big trees all around it. Perfect murder location, Stella said. David's house was always like this. He moved here after his dad passed away. As they got closer to the villa, Harold's phone rang. It was David. Harold, did you come? I'm in front of your villa. Are you alone? Harold looked at Stella. Yes. Good. Just go through the front door. I'm waiting in the living room. Harold ended the call. I'm going inside. I'm coming too. No, Stella. It's too dangerous. Emma's safety is also at risk. I'm coming too. When they got there, David was sitting alone in the living room. But he looked pretty calm. Harold, it's great that you came. And Stella Brooks, I'm guessing. Stella was surprised. You know me. Absolutely. Sarah Brooks' sister. You've been after me for 3 years. Harold got mad. Where's my mom, David? Safe. But first, we've got some things to talk about. We're not really talking about anything here. You're a killer. David smiled. Killer? I'm just a businessman, Harold. You killed Sarah Brooks. Can you prove it? Stella took out the flash drive. Yeah, we've got your voice recordings. David's smile faded. Where'd you find those recordings? Sarah was very smart. She recorded everything. Then our job is difficult. David stood up. Right then, 2 guys popped out from behind the curtain. They had weapons. Hey Harold, looks like we're done here. David, why? Why are you killing your closest friend? It's because there's a lot of money involved. Dragon Tech is paying billions. You turned down the money. Because it's wrong. Whether it's wrong or right doesn't matter to me. Money matters to me. Stella jumped in. David, if you touch Emma. Emma? That child knows too much too. You gave her Sarah's files. Emma doesn't know anything. Still, I can't take the risk. Harold lost it. If you touch that kid, I'll tear you apart. First, save yourself, Harold. David signaled to the armed men. Harold and Stella couldn't do anything. David, I'm asking one last time. You should give up this business. Absolutely not. It's too late, Harold. You and Stella are both going to die tonight. At that moment, there was noise from outside. Samuel had taken action. When Samuel's attack on the villa began, Harold and Stella took advantage of the opportunity. Stella, thanks to her police training, took down one of the armed men. "Harold outside," she shouted. David shouted angrily, "Stop them!" While on the run, Harold was thinking about his mom. "We can't leave Elena. Samuel will save her. Emma is in more danger." When they left the villa, Samuel met them. "Elena is safe. But I've got some bad news." "What happened?" "David's men found where I hid Emma. They're trying to kidnap her." Stella lost it. "Where's Emma?" "They raided the safe house in Snoqualmie Pass. They took Emma and got away." Harold didn't hesitate. "Let's go to the car. We're going after them right away." Stella's radio rang. David's voice could be heard. "Hey, Stella Brooks, if you're looking for your Emma, you should check out our old camp in Olympic National Forest. Alone. David, if you touch Emma, Emma's safe for now. But if you don't bring those files by morning, bad things will happen." Harold took the radio. "David, I'm on my way." "Nah, Harold. Just Stella. You should be dead. Do you think you could release Emma in exchange?" "If she brings the files, yes." On the road, Samuel made a plan. Olympic Forest is very large. Finding them is tough. Stella asked, "What did David mean by old camp?" Harold thought, "We used to go camping in college. There was a secret spot near Hurricane Ridge." "How many hours is it?" 2 hours. "But it's really dangerous to go out into the forest at midnight." "We'll take every risk for Emma." Stella was impressed with the courage Harold showed for Emma. This guy really loved that kid. "Harold, why are you taking so many risks for Emma?" "Because I love her. She's like my daughter." "But you just met a few days ago." "Love doesn't know time, Stella. You know it too." The tension between them loosened a bit. When they got to Olympic Forest, it was after midnight. Harold remembered where the old camp was. "We'll take that trail down. It's about a kilometer walk." Samuel checked his weapon. "I'll go ahead. You follow from behind." As Stella made her way through the forest, she came up behind Harold. "Harold, I've got to tell you something about Emma." "What is it?" "She's a special kid for sure. Sarah loved her very much." "You love her very much too." "Yeah, but Harold, if something happens to her tonight..." "It won't happen. I promise." "How can you be so sure?" "Because now I have a family to fight to protect." These words hit Stella hard. Harold really saw them as family. When they got to the old campsite, they saw firelight. David and Emma were there. "Emma!" Stella wanted to shout, but Samuel stopped her. "Calm. Let's make the plan first." Harold looked through binoculars. Emma looked scared but not hurt. "How many people are there?" "David and 2 armed men." Stella used her experience with the police to make a plan. "I'll go for the right. Harold, you're on the left. Samuel, keep an eye on the back exit." "But David only wanted you." "We can't trust David. We'll make a coordinated attack." Harold was worried. "What if Emma gets hurt?" "She won't get hurt. I'll protect her." "Stella, this is very dangerous." "Harold, Emma is everything to me. I'd die to protect her." "Same." This common goal brought them together. With Emma's safety at risk, any trust issues between them became pretty irrelevant. When they attacked, Stella's police skills came into play. She took out the first guy without saying a word. Harold also surprised the second man. David was left to his own devices. "Emma!" Stella ran to the girl's side. "Aunt, I was so scared." Harold also joined them. "Emma, are you hurt?" "No, Mr. Harold. But these men were very bad." David made a final move by drawing his gun. "Nobody move." But then Samuel swooped in from behind and knocked him down. "This business is over, David." Emma gave Stella a hug. "Aunt, can we go home now?" "Yes, baby. We're going home." Harold also gave them a hug. Right now, they felt like a real family. "Mr. Harold, would you mind joining us as well?" Harold looked at Stella. "If your aunt wants." "I do," Stella said, crying. In Olympic Forest, by the fire, after the danger passed, the 3 of them sat together. Emma, I've got something to tell you, Stella said. What, Aunt? Mr. Harold. Mr. Harold is going to be living with us from now on. If you want. Emma was thrilled. Really? Will Mr. Harold be like my father? Harold started crying. If you want, Emma. Of course I want. You're the best person. Right now, Harold, Stella, and Emma felt like they were a real family. Stella whispered to Harold. Thanks. You risked everything for Emma. We still have things to talk about. But Emma is our priority. Absolutely. She's our world. Samuel smiled as he watched them. You'll make a beautiful family. As David was being arrested, he said one last thing. Harold, this isn't over. For me, it's over, David. Now I have a real family. As they left Olympic Forest, Emma walked between the two of them, holding their hands. Aunt, Mr. Harold, are we a real family now? Yes, baby. A real family. Harold risked his life for Emma. Should a real dad be like this? Which scene touched your heart the most? Give it a like if you like it. While on his way back from Olympic Forest, Harold got a call. The number's not known. Harold Anderson? Yes, who are you? Adam Chun, Dragon Tech. David Morrison's partner. Harold stopped. David was arrested. This business is over. Nah, Mr. Anderson. Our business isn't finished yet. Stella listened closely. What does he want? We took your mother, Elena Anderson. And we want the flash drive. Harold lost it. My mother was already in David's hands. We saved her. David didn't quite measure up. Now we're taking over. Come to the old dock in Puget Sound. You've got 1 hour. How's my mom doing? It's safe for now. But if you don't bring the files. The line was cut. Samuel didn't hesitate. Dragon Tech professionals. They're more dangerous than David. My mom was kidnapped again, Harold said, putting his hands on his head. Stella was set on making it happen. We'll go. And we'll save Elena. But Emma. Emma will be fine. Samuel will be with her. Emma looked curiously. Aunt, what's going on? Nothing, baby. Mr. Harold's mom. We need to help her. Can I come too? Nah, Emma. You'll be staying with Samuel. It's very important. Harold crouched down to Emma. Emma, I'll go out with Aunt for a bit. You'll be safe here. When are you coming back? Very soon. I promise. Stella turned to Harold on the way to Puget Sound. Harold, these are Dragon Tech agents. They're very dangerous. Yeah, I know. But I have to do it for my mother. What about the flash drive? It's all we've got. There's a copy. Samuel's got it. You thought well. When they got to the dock, they saw 3 black cars. Adam Chun and 5 other men were waiting for them. Mr. Anderson, Ms. Brooks. Welcome. Where's my mom? Harold asked, sounding upset. Safe. Did you bring the files? Stella showed the flash drive. Here. We'll give it to Elena when we see her. Adam Chun signaled. One of his guys brought Elena Anderson out of the car. The old lady was scared but unhurt. Harold. Elena called. Mom. I'm coming. Stop. Adam Chun pulled out his gun. Files first. Stella stepped forward. Hey, just release Elena and give us the files. At the same time. You come, give the files. Stella whispered to Harold. I'm going. You be ready. Stella, it's very dangerous. I'm doing it for your mother. Stella made her way over to Adam Chun. She handed him the flash drive. Take it, Adam Chun said. Harold just noticed something. The sniper on the roof. Stella, watch out. Too late. The sniper fired. Stella dove toward Harold, trying to protect him. The bullet hit Stella's shoulder. She fell to the ground. Stella! Harold hurried over to her side, totally freaked out. Adam Chun's men took off. They were also taking Elena. Mom! Harold was stuck between 2 choices. Stella was lying covered in blood. Go after your mother, Stella said, breathing heavily. I can't leave you. Harold. Elena is more important. No way. You're more important. Harold gave Stella a hug. There was a lot of blood coming from her shoulder. Stella, open your eyes. Harold, tell Emma. I love her. You'll have to tell her yourself. Harold called for an ambulance. While the Dragon Tech cars were driving away, he saw that Elena was also being taken. No, he said. But he couldn't leave Stella. When the ambulance got there, Stella's pulse was already weak. Doctor, is she going to die? They lost too much blood. He needs emergency surgery. On the way to the hospital, Harold held Stella's hand. Stella, please stay with me. Emma is waiting for you. Harold, I love you. I love you too. That's why I can't leave you. While she was being taken to the operating room, Harold was going crazy. He felt responsible for not being able to save his mom. Samuel came to the hospital with Emma. Where's Auntie? Emma was crying. In surgery, baby. She'll get better. You sure about that, Mr. Harold? Harold gave Emma a hug. I'm positive. Your aunt is very strong. Where's Grandma Elena? Harold felt a tightening in his chest. She's a bit distant. But she'll be back soon. The surgery lasted 3 hours. Harold never sat down. He kept walking around. Samuel asked about the situation. I'm sorry about Elena, Harold. I could have saved her. No, Stella made the right call. We'll save Elena too. How? Dragon Tech has other bases. We'll find them. When the doctor came out, Harold took off. How's she doing? Surgery was a success, but she lost a lot of blood. She's currently critical. What does critical mean? The next 24 hours are important. You can stay with her. When they went into the intensive care unit, Stella looked pale. She was hooked up to machines. Emma started crying. Is Aunt sleeping? Yes, baby. She's resting. Harold sat next to Stella. He held her hand. Hey Stella, if you're listening. I can't bear to lose you. Emma also came by. Aunt, please wake up. Mr. Harold is really bummed out. Harold kept watch all night. Emma slept in the chair. Stella woke up in the morning. Harold. I'm here. Emma, how's she doing? Okay. You scared her a lot. Stella tried to smile. Elena, could you save her? Harold shook his head. Nah, I chose you. Why? Because I love you. I can't bear to lose you. Stella's eyes welled up with tears. I was trying to protect you. Yeah, I know. You risked your life for me. Harold, the trust issues between us, they're not important anymore. You risked your life for Emma, and I did the same for you. This means real family. Emma woke up and saw that Stella's eyes were open. Aunt. Hello, baby. I was so scared. Mr. Harold was scared too. I'm sorry, Emma. Harold gave them both a hug. Now, none of us will ever be separated. What about Elena? Stella asked, sounding a bit nervous. We'll save her too. But first you get better. Harold, I'm doing well. Elena is more important. No, Stella. You're the most important. You and Emma. Right now, Harold totally gets what his priorities are. Family was more important than anything else. I love you, Stella Brooks. And I trust you. I love you too, Harold Anderson. And now I'll tell you the whole truth. Emma smiled as she watched them. Her family was finally complete. Stella got hurt while protecting Harold. Is it worth it for love? Why do you think she fell so in love with Harold? I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on it. Stella was in the hospital for 3 days. Harold never left her side. Emma also came every day to hold her aunt's hand. Mr. Harold, Emma said on the 3rd day. Is Auntie okay now? Yeah, sweetheart. She's going home tomorrow. Great. Now we'll all be together. Harold smiled. Emma's innocence gave them strength during these tough times. Samuel came to the hospital with some urgent news. Harold, David Morrison escaped from prison. What? His men rescued him during transfer this morning. And we found out where Elena is. Stella sat up in bed. Where? It's at the Dragon Tech warehouse on Bainbridge Island. But it's heavily guarded. Harold stood up. I'm going to get my mother. Harold, this is a suicide mission. There are at least 20 men there. Then we'll find more men. Samuel smiled. Actually, I've got a solution. I reported it to the FBI. FBI? Can we trust them? My old partner Mark Williams is now with the FBI. Dragon Tech is being tracked as an international crime organization. Stella looked concerned. So, what's our plan? We'll support the operation. But this time we'll have professional help. Emma jumped in. Can I help too? Everyone looked at her. Emma, this is very dangerous, Harold said. But I'm very good with computers. Maybe I can help with technology. Samuel thought. Actually, Emma might be right. What do you mean? Dragon Tech's security systems are computer-based. If Emma can get into the systems. Stella immediately objected. No way. We can't put Emma in danger. Mom, Emma's going to be safe. She'll only do computer work. Emma got excited. Really? Can I go into big computers and fight the bad guys? Harold crouched down to Emma. Emma, this is no joke. Are you sure? I'm sure, Mr. Harold. I'm here to help. Besides, we need to rescue Grandma Elena. These words hit Harold hard. Emma had already started seeing Elena as her grandmother. Samuel explained the plan. The FBI operation is set to kick off tomorrow evening. Emma's going to try to hack into Dragon Tech's systems from a safe location. What about us? Harold and I are going to be part of the operation. Stella's going to stay at the hospital. No, Stella said, determined. I'm coming too. Hey, Stella, you're not quite back to normal yet. Harold, Elena is like family to me too. We started this together, and we'll finish it together. Harold looked at her. This woman was truly incredible. Okay, but you'll be very careful. I promise. When Stella was discharged from the hospital that evening, Harold took her home. Emma greeted them with a smile. Auntie, welcome to our home. Our home. Stella smiled. Yes. Now the three of us live together, right, Mr. Harold? Harold looked at Stella. If your aunt's interested. Absolutely. Emma was thrilled. Yay. We have a real family. That night, after Emma fell asleep, Harold and Stella sat on the balcony. Harold, about tomorrow's operation. Yeah, I know. It's dangerous. What if we fail? Harold took her hand. We won't fail. We'll rescue Elena and finish David's business. But what if? Stella, no matter what happens, I love you. Stella's eyes welled up with tears. I love you too, Harold. But I'm scared. Why? I'm afraid of losing my happiness. For the first time, I have a real family. Harold gave her a hug. You won't lose me. I promise. Harold, if something happens tomorrow. It won't. But if it does, you should tell Emma who her mother was. And tell her what a good person Sarah was. You'll have to tell her yourself. Harold, promise me. Stella, we're not having this conversation. Because tomorrow evening, the three of us will be home together. No matter what happens, I love you, Harold Anderson. No matter what happens, I love you too, Stella Brooks. They kissed. This wasn't a goodbye kiss, but a promise of what's to come. The next morning, Emma started setting up the computers. Mr. Harold, look. With this program, I can get into Dragon Tech systems. How'd you learn that? From YouTube. And from books in the library. Samuel was amazed. Emma, you're a real genius. Thanks, Uncle Samuel. I'm fighting against the bad guys. Harold smiled when he saw how excited Emma was. This child had really enriched his life. Emma, you're going to be part of a very important job. I know. We're going to rescue Grandma Elena. Stella gave Emma a hug. You're a very brave girl. Auntie, you're brave too. The bad guys shot you, but you're still fighting. Because I love you and Mr. Harold. We love you too. Hey, just wanted to let you know that FBI agent Mark Williams was part of the team. Samuel, are you all set? We're all set. Emma, can you start infiltrating the system? Emma went to the computer. Yeah, I can see Dragon Tech security system. Can you disable the cameras? Absolutely. This is a piece of cake. Emma's fingers flew over the keyboard. Even though she was only 7 years old, she worked like a pro. Done. Security cameras are off. Mark Williams was impressed. This kid is professional. Harold felt proud. Emma is very special. Now I can open the door locks, Emma said. Be careful, sweetheart, Stella warned. Don't worry, Auntie. I'm a professional. Harold, Stella, and Samuel got ready for the operation. Emma, we're heading out. You'll be safe here. Mr. Harold, be careful. I don't want to lose you. You won't lose me. I'll come back and bring Grandma Elena too. Promise. Promise. Emma gave them a hug. I found the best family. Harold, Stella, and Samuel looked at each other one last time. Tonight was going to be the end of everything. Ready? Mark Williams asked. We're all set, Harold said. It's time to bring Elena home. After the Dragon Tech warehouse operation on Bainbridge Island was completed successfully, Elena Anderson was rescued. But David Morrison had managed to escape at the last moment. Elena. Harold gave his mom a hug. Harold, my son. I was so scared. You're safe now, Mom. We'll take you home. Elena looked at Stella. Are you the woman who protected Harold? Yeah, I'm Stella. Thanks, honey. You protected my son. Then FBI agent Mark Williams jumped in. David Morrison got away. But we know where he went. Where? Harold asked, sounding upset. Kane Technologies building. He's basically taken over his office. He's trying to destroy company documents. Stella stood up. We're going. Stella, you're not quite back to normal yet, Harold said, concerned. Harold, this isn't just about arresting David. Now's the time to get revenge for Sarah. Elena looked curiously. Who's Sarah? Harold told his mom. It's a very long story, Mom. But Stella's sister was murdered, and we're going to bring justice. When they got to the Kane Technologies building, the FBI team had already set up a perimeter. David was staying on the top floor in Harold's office. Why can't I go up to my own office? Harold asked the FBI. Because David is armed. And he's determined to kill you. Stella was determined. I need to talk to David. This is personal. It's very dangerous. Listen to me, Stella said, determined. David Morrison killed my sister Sarah Brooks 3 years ago. This confrontation is mine. Mark Williams took a look at the situation. Okay, but only under controlled conditions. Harold will come too. Why am I going too? Because David wants to kill you. That's his weak spot. We can use his anger. As they went in, Stella squeezed Harold's hand. Harold, no matter what happens, don't forget Emma. Stella, we're not having this conversation. The three of us will leave here together. In the elevator, Stella took out Sarah's flash drive. I'm going to make David listen to Sarah's last message. What do you mean? Before Sarah passed away, she recorded a special message for David. I've never listened to it, but David should hear it. When they got to the 20th floor, David said something. Harold, you finally came. David, give up. The FBI has you surrounded. I won't surrender. You and that woman are both going to die today. Stella stepped forward. David Morrison. Stella Brooks. Sarah's sister, who's out for revenge. Yeah, and I came to settle the score with you. David laughed. Sarah was just too curious. It was fun telling her she was going to die. Stella's anger exploded. You bastard. Sarah mentioned you in her final moments. She said, my sister will look for me. How wrong she was. Harold held Stella. Hey Stella, chill out. He's provoking you. Harold's got it right, Stella said, taking a deep breath. David, you're going to hear the message Sarah left for you. What message? Stella took out the flash drive. This is Sarah's last recording. Special for you. What could Sarah have recorded for me? Stella opened the audio file. Sarah spoke up. David, if you're getting this message, it means you've learned the truth. Yeah, I was planning to expose you because of that Dragon Tech project. But David, we were friends once. Harold loves you very much. You still have a chance to back out. Turn back from this path. Don't hurt Harold. And please, if something happens to me, don't touch my sister Stella. She's innocent. Emma is too. David, I know you've still got a good person in there. Please turn back from this wrong path. The message ended. David's voice cracked. Sarah. Did Sarah really think this way? Stella spoke in a soft voice. Yeah, David. She saw you as a friend until the very end. But I killed her. Yeah, and you'll be punished for it. David started crying. Harold, what have I done? Harold went in through the door. David, why'd you betray your closest friend like that? Money changed me. Dragon Tech offered a lot of money. Did you think money was more important than friendship? No. But it was too late. After I killed Sarah, there was no turning back. Stella approached. David, now's your chance to turn back. Let go. Confess what you did. Emma. What will happen to Emma? Emma is safe. Harold and I will protect her. David lowered his gun. I ruined so much. Yeah, you did. But you can prevent more bloodshed. The FBI agents came in. David didn't put up a fight. David Morrison, you're under arrest. As David was handcuffed, he looked at Harold. Harold, can you forgive me? Harold thought for a long time. David, you were my best friend. But you killed innocent people. This can never be forgiven. I get it. Stella jumped in. David, tell Emma about her mom. Tell her what a good person Sarah was. I will. It's on me. As David was taken away, Stella and Harold were left alone. It's over, Stella said. Yeah, Sarah's revenge has been taken. Harold, now we can tell Emma who her mother was. We'll tell her together. When they left the Kane Technologies building, journalists were waiting for them. Mr. Anderson, do you have anything to say about the Dragon Tech scandal? Harold spoke into the microphone. Kane Technologies is sorry to its customers and the public. We didn't know about David Morrison's illegal activities. Our company will be completely cleaned up and security systems will be renewed. How will this scandal affect your company? We'll do our best to earn our customers' trust again. And in memory of Sarah Brooks, we're going to set up a scholarship fund for young women working in cybersecurity. Stella smiled proudly. Harold had really changed. When they got back, Emma greeted them excitedly. Grandma Elena, Mr. Harold, Auntie, did you catch the bad guys? Yes, sweetheart, Elena said. Now we're all safe. Yay. Now we'll really be a family. Harold gave Emma a hug. Emma, we have something important to tell you. What, Mr. Harold? Stella was sitting right next to her. Emma, it's time to learn about your mom. Emma looked curiously. Who was my mother, Auntie? Your mom was Sarah Brooks. She was a very special woman. How special? Harold kept going. Your mom was smart, brave, and a really good person. She was fighting against bad guys. Just like Auntie? Yeah, sweetheart. Just like Auntie. Emma thought. Did my mother love computers like I do? She loved them very much. You're like her. Then I'm proud of my mother. Stella gave Emma a big hug. Your mom would be proud of you too. Is my mother peaceful now? Harold nodded. Yeah, Emma. Because justice has been served. And you'll grow up in a safe family. Emma gave all three of them a hug. I'm the luckiest girl. I have 3 families. Elena smiled. How 3? Auntie Stella, Mr. Harold, and Grandma Elena. A perfect family of 4. That evening, 4 people had dinner together at Elena's house. David was no longer a threat, Sarah got her revenge, and Emma finally found her real family. Harold, Elena said, this woman and this child have changed your life. Yeah, Mom. They are my everything. Stella held Harold's hand. We're here for you too. Emma said while she was eating. This is the most beautiful day. Now there are no bad guys, everyone is safe, and our family is complete. Yeah, justice was served. It's been 6 months since. Spring had come to Seattle, and the city was coming alive again. Harold Anderson was reviewing the final Kane Technologies report in his office. The company had been completely cleaned up. Mr. Anderson, his assistant Lisa Martinez said as she poked her head through the door. Hey, are you ready for the opening ceremony of the Sarah Brooks Memorial Fund? Harold smiled. Absolutely. Have Stella and Emma shown up yet? They're waiting in the lobby. When Harold went downstairs, he saw Stella and Emma. Emma was wearing an elegant dress and looked very happy. Papa Harold. Emma ran and hugged him. This address made Harold's heart melt. Now Emma calls him Papa. Hey, sweetie. You look very beautiful today. Thanks. Doesn't Mama Stella look beautiful too? Harold looked at Stella. She looked stunning in her white dress. Absolutely beautiful. Stella kissed Harold. Ready? The journalists are waiting. I'm ready. Emma, are you ready too? Absolutely. I'm going to give a speech for Mama Sarah. 3 months ago, after Emma found out who her mom was, she asked a lot of questions. Stella and Harold had told her what a brave woman Sarah was and showed her some pictures. Hundreds of people showed up to the opening ceremony of the Stella Brooks Memorial Fund. All Kane Technologies employees, names from Seattle's tech world, journalists. Harold grabbed the microphone. Today's a pretty special day. The Stella Brooks Memorial Fund will provide scholarships to young women working in cybersecurity. He kept going and the crowd clapped along. Stella Brooks was more than just a talented engineer. She was also a brave woman who fought for justice and wasn't afraid to do what was right. Stella's eyes welled up with tears. Harold hadn't met Sarah, but setting up this fund in her memory really touched Stella. And today Sarah's daughter Emma Brooks Anderson is going to tell us about her mom. Emma took the stage. She was 7 years old, but she was very confident. Hey, I'm Emma. I never met Mama Sarah, but Papa Harold and Mama Stella say she was a very good person. Everyone in the hall went quiet. Emma's innocence affected everyone. Mama Sarah loved computers. I love them too. When I grow up, I want to be like her. I want to be someone who fights bad guys and helps good guys. Emma pointed to the stage. Papa Harold and Mama Stella gave me a new family. But I'll always remember Mama Sarah. Thanks to this fund, other girls can become like Mama Sarah too. The crowd stood up and cheered. Emma was smiling proudly. After the ceremony, the family left Kane Technologies. Emma was pretty pumped while she was in the car. Papa Harold, how did my speech go? It was perfect, my princess. Your mom would be so proud of you. Really? Stella kept going from behind. Absolutely, sweetheart. You're a very brave girl. Where are we going now? Harold just smiled mysteriously. To a surprise place. A surprise? What surprise? You'll see. The car was going toward the Space Needle. When Emma looked out the window, she got it. Space Needle. Are we going there? Absolutely. And it's for a very special reason. When they reached the top of the Space Needle, the Seattle view was magnificent. Emma was bouncing around, clearly excited. I can see everywhere in the city, it's amazing. Harold and Stella stepped aside. Harold nervously took out a box. Stella. Harold, what are you up to? Half a year ago, my life took a total U-turn. You and Emma showed me the true meaning of happiness. Stella felt her heart beating faster. Harold. Stella Brooks, will you marry me? When he opened the box, a stunning ring appeared. Stella was shocked. Harold. Yes. Emma came running. What's going on? Papa Harold proposed to Mama Stella. Emma started jumping. Yay. Is this a real wedding? Harold gave Emma a hug. Yeah, my princess. And you'll be our maid of honor. Maid of honor? What does that mean? Stella explained. You'll be helping us out at the wedding. It's a very important job. This is great. Will Grandma Elena come too? Of course she will. With the Seattle skyline in the background, the three of them hugged. Harold took out his phone. Let's take our family photo. Harold, Stella, and Emma posed together at the top of the Space Needle, laughing at the beautiful view of Seattle. 1, 2, 3. When the photo was taken, Emma looked. Hey Papa Harold, can you put this photo in a frame and hang it up in our house? Absolutely. This is the photo of our new beginning. What does new beginning mean? Stella explained. It means the things that used to be sad are over. Now our happy new story is beginning. Is Mama Sarah happy too? Harold answered. Yeah, sweetheart. Your mom is thrilled. Because you're safe and very loved. Emma looked up at the sky. Mama Sarah, can you hear me? I'm lucky to have a very beautiful family. Papa Harold and Mama Stella love me very much. Tears ran down Stella's cheek. Yeah, sweetheart. She's proud of you. That evening, there was a family dinner at Elena's house. Elena was thrilled when she heard the news. Harold, I'm thrilled. Stella and Emma are a perfect family. I'm very happy too, Mom. For the first time, I feel like my life is in place. Emma was drawing at the table. Grandma Elena, look. I drew a wedding picture. In the picture, Harold was in a suit, Stella was in a wedding dress, and Emma was holding flowers. Gorgeous, Emma. I'll put this picture in the kitchen. Really? Yay! After dinner, Harold and Stella sat on the balcony. Emma was inside watching TV with Elena. Harold, I can't believe it. 6 months ago, I was trying to raise Emma on my own. I was also just focused on making money. There was no meaning in my life. Now everything is different. Yeah, I found true love and a true family. Stella leaned her head on Harold's shoulder. Emma has a real father too. She's my everything. You are too. Harold, I want to visit Sarah's grave. Before the wedding. Absolutely. We'll go together. Let's take Emma too. She should visit her mother's grave. You decide. We'll do whatever you want. Emma's voice came from inside. Papa Harold. Mama Stella. Come on over. Grandma Elena is making wedding plans. They went inside smiling. Elena was sitting at the table with a notepad. Emma's got a ton of ideas. She says the wedding cake should be pink. Yes, and the flowers should be pink too. Harold smiled. Whatever Emma wants. Really, Papa Harold? Absolutely. You're our princess. Emma was thrilled. It's going to be the most beautiful wedding. That night, after Emma fell asleep, Harold, Stella, and Elena talked about the plans. Let's have a small ceremony, Stella said. Just family and close friends. Will Samuel be there? Elena inquired. Absolutely. He's like Emma's uncle. Harold added. Kane Technologies employees should come too. They're part of our family too. Harold, you've really changed. Stella and Emma really changed my perspective. Months later, the wedding day finally arrived. It was a sunny spring day in Seattle. The family and friends got together at the little church. Emma was scattering flowers in her pink dress. Samuel, Elena, and the rest of the Kane Technologies crew were there. Stella looked stunning in her wedding dress. When Harold saw her, he got emotional. Ready? The priest asked. We're ready, they said together. Harold, will you take Stella Brooks to be your wife and be there for her through thick and thin? I do. Stella Brooks, will you take Harold Anderson as your husband to love, through thick and thin? I do. You may exchange rings. Emma brought the rings. Here, Papa Harold. Here, Mama Stella. When they put on the rings, Emma clapped. I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. When Harold and Stella kissed, Emma shouted, Yay! Everyone smiled and applauded. At the reception after the wedding, Emma watched Harold and Stella cut the cake. Now we're really a family, Emma said. Yeah, sweetheart. We're a real family. Samuel approached. Stella, Harold, I'm so happy for you. Thanks, Sam. You're part of our family too. I'm Emma's Uncle Samuel. As the sun set, they took family photos. Harold, Stella, and Emma were all smiles in the photo. This photo is going to our house too, Emma said. Yeah, Harold said. And every morning when we wake up, we'll remember how lucky we are. Stella squeezed Harold's hand. Sarah's revenge has been taken, David is being punished, Emma is safe and happy. And we're a happy family together. Emma came between them. I'm the luckiest girl. The best mom, the best dad, and the best grandma. As Harold, Stella, and Emma watched the sunset, they knew their new life had begun. They were finally free of the pain of the past. Ahead of them was only happiness and love. Sarah Brooks's memory would live forever. In her daughter, in the fun she set up, and in the justice she found. This was a whole new ballgame.